Center for Disease Control warns an outbreak of cholera calls for adherence to health regulations. Residents of Ikoroko Chibon community seek government intervention on poor access road. Plus, Federal Road Safety Corps engages stakeholders in road safety management to guard against road crashes during the rainy season. Details shortly. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news. I am Udwak Etam. 31,425 infections and 816 deaths already recorded across the country. The Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, Chikwe Igweazu, is warning that the cholera outbreak is killing more Nigerians now than COVID-19 due to non-adherence to health regulations. The epidemiologist spoke at the weekly executive press briefing at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, organized by the Presidential Media Team, headed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina. According to the report, 22 states, he says, are currently experiencing outbreak of cholera, and there is urgent need for every individual and households to ensure cleanliness and sanitation. Dr. Igweazu advised the people to avoid open defecation, maintain good and proper hygiene, such as regular hand washing, coughing into elbow, and regular house and environment cleaning. The Nigeria High Commission in London has closed its services for 10 days to curtail further spread of COVID-19 among officials working at the embassy. In a statement by the High Commission in London, some staff have tested positive for the virus, which necessitated the action in line with the prevention protocols. The High Commission asked for more understanding and cooperation for those affected by the action. As part of effort to enhance and bring healthcare services to the doorsteps of the citizens, Yobe State Government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Bill and Melinda Gates and Dangote Foundations for the expansion and extension of routine immunization and primary health care program over a span of 5 years. This is as Governor Malabuni indicates commitment towards increased funding to healthcare development for efficient service delivery. With the commencement of the enumeration exercise for the school feeding program in Abia State, officials of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs have visited the state for monitoring. Steve Lona Nwakolo was with the team from Abuja that inspected schools in Umuahia North local government area. Meanwhile, the state government has just announced that vacation dates for schools in Abia State, which should have started today, Friday 13th, has been postponed to enable completion of the enumeration exercise.
The enumeration exercise of the National Homegrown School Feeding Program, which was flagged out on the 12th of July in Abia State, has commenced operations with inspection tours to schools to validate and assess the progress of the exercise in the 1,030 primary schools across the state.
We thank our President Muhammadu Buhari for the school feeding program. Some of us now enjoy this. This school feeding has helped us a lot. The government has now provided funds.
Team lead from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Ngozi Chukwuka Ude, after visiting some of the schools, including Aheke and Uba Community Primary Schools, expressed satisfaction with the progress so far made.
The program is going on well. The state government is doing well. The federal government is doing the best.
Other stakeholders in the state gave insights into the program.
This is the program that touches to the grassroots, where the children, the families have benefited a lot.
We are thanking the federal government and the state government, the way they collaborate to make sure that this program is continuous.
The National Homegrown School Feeding Program is one of the 4 social investment programs of President Buhari-led government, designed since 2017 to improve the enrollment rates of school children. It also provides jobs for rural women who are engaged as cooks and farmers who supply the foodstuffs. In Umuahia, Steve Lonai Mwaokolo, Nta News.
Akwa Ibom State Government has commenced payment of compensation to affected residents of Lagos Fishing Settlement who were displaced by the recently inaugurated steering petrochemical and fertilizer plant in Eastern Obolo local government area of the state. Correspondents report that the handing over of checks took place at the Civil Service Auditorium, State Secretariat.
As the saying goes, you cannot fry an egg without breaking it. The government of Akwa Ibom State vast in industrialization understood this and is working tirelessly to ensure that all those affected by the siting of industries in their communities are adequately compensated. The most recent of such group are those affected by the newly inaugurated Steering Petrochemical and Fertilizer Plant at Lagos Fishing Settlement in Eastern Obolo local government area of the state, who obviously understood the importance of hosting an industry of that magnitude and have been working harmoniously with the state government through the Ministry of Lands and Water Resources until this point of compensation.
I want to thank the Executive Governor of the state, who is very well versed in establishment of industries, for deeming it wise to facilitate the location of this company in our community.
We are also grateful to the Commissioner and to the committee that is in charge of this petrochemical. We say you are well done.
The Commissioner for Land and Water Resources, Pastor Enomo, while handing over checks to the affected persons, said the government of Akwa Ibom State, led by Udom Emmanuel, is committed to providing an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, and as such, host communities should always support government in order to provide the needed employment opportunities for the teeming youths.
By this decision of yours to work with government, to collaborate with government, you will see that development have come to that part of the state, which since the state was created, I'm not sure you've had that type of development around that area.
Once more, I want to thank you and thank the steering committee members for a job well done.
The event featured handing over of checks and goodwill messages. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, Nta News.
Motorists and commuters have again been reminded to adhere strictly to traffic rules while on the road to guide against road crashes, especially this rainy season. This was the message from key stakeholders in road safety management at an enlightenment campaign session in Uyo by the Federal Road Safety Officers in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Justice. Emily Omo has details of that report.
Safety on the roads is a shared responsibility that involves the participation of every individual. Hence, the need to educate road users on the proper use of roads and adherence to traffic rules. As the rains intensifies, motorists and pedestrians are advised to ensure proper use of the roads by ensuring their vehicles are in good condition to eliminate road accidents.
Knowledge of road users, the rules and regulations guiding the road, what they must not do, what constitutes infractions, what can lead to any form of unfortunate occurrence on the road. So that's why
Overspeed your vehicle. Overspeeding is very, very bad. In this rainy season, if you overspeed, the tire of your car would not make love with the road.
No matter how short you think you are going, it is proper and safer that you take the right routes. Don't drive against traffic.
To ensure proper adherence to traffic rules, NYSC Road Safety Corps members illustrated the dangers and causes of traffic jam.
I asked them to stop, they refuse. They want to kill us.
We don't need to fight on the way. We need just to settle the problem when it comes to traffic, to clear traffic jam.
The Enlightenment Campaign and Workshop Program held by Federal Road Safety Corps has as its theme, Road Safety, a Shared Responsibility. In Uyo,
You're still watching Nta Calabar News at 7. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/NTA Calabar. The news continues shortly. Stay with us.
As news breaks from the north, south, east, and west of Nigeria, we bring it to you. News from the length and breadth of Cross River State is sent to you
via this channel.
With movers and shakers in various spheres of influence talking to us, we carve a niche and showcase our experience in broadcasting, because it's Nta Calabar before others.
You can't get this anywhere else. It's only here on Nta Calabar News, showing at this times 3 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 7 p.m. every day. Nta Calabar News. Our experience counts.
Welcome back and thanks for being there. And now to the rest of our bulletin. Good road network and electricity supply are essential for the growth of a given community. To attract development to the community, residents of Ikorokon Achibon are seeking government intervention in the provision of good access roads and electricity, which have never been enjoyed by the members of the community since its existence. Justina Ethan tells us more.
Ikot-Okon Achibon community, located in Adiabo, is one of the adjoining communities that play host to the Tinapa Business and Leisure Resorts. Driving on the major road that leads to the resorts may be a smooth ride, but the experience is hectic when accessing Ikot-Okon Achibon community due to the deplorable condition of its road. This challenge poses a concern to leaders of the community.
Since I born, no light in this community. If we want to go to market, we suffer for road. Women pregnancy want to born. Before you can see any machine or motor where can carry the woman to the hospital, we will tire for it.
Plead with government to come in and assist us, at least to some certain extent, at least from the highway there down to the, at least for a particular place here in the community.
Inhabitants here are predominantly farmers, with cassava being the major income earner. And with the bad roads, transporting this produce to the major markets is a challenge.
Because what we do here is mainly farming. There is no other work that we can do here to make life better. And that's why we are really crying onto the government.
Not only does the community lack access road, but it is surprising that a community that is just few kilometers away from the city center has never witnessed electricity supply. The people here admit that promises by successive governments to draw electricity to the area have failed, despite efforts made by the community to enjoy such amenity.
During 2012-2018, we pleaded with them. They put on concerning the electricity. They promised us, they put on in the budget of that year. Then till that year ends and Governor Imoke finishes his tenure, nothing has been done.
We have seen several communities, even those ones in our neighborhood who are very foreign. But look at the kilometer from this community to the metropolis. We seems to be forgotten completely. So we don't know why that is taking place. So that is one of the challenges we are having, bad roads.
Residents are calling on the state government to intervene in the matter in order to ameliorate their pains. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
The Economic Recovery and Growth Plan of the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration is meant to be a blueprint for pro-people intervention to lift over 100 million Nigerians out of poverty within 10 years. Correspondent of Daleyo in this special report X-rays the contributions of the Cross River Basin Development Authority towards achieving the set goal.
The Managing Director, Cross River Basin Development Authority, Mr. Basim Poson, while highlighting the vision, mission, and significant milestone recorded within the year under review, says the authority under his watch has recorded tremendous achievement through social intervention and capacity building.
To undertake a comprehensive water resources of our catchment area, water and adjoining land of our catchment area. The mission we have is to truly develop these water resources into a better use for the community through the construction of dams, irrigation services, borehole, and other related things.
Mr. Nkosong, however, lamented the negative impact faced by the authority as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, which affects all facets of global economy, as well as the NSAT protests that led to the destruction of over 90% of the authority's facilities, including the headquarters office.
Ability for us to recover vast land for irrigation purposes is the ability to be able to make more Nigerians, more citizens within a catchment area to have access to good potable water.
Speaking on the roadmap 2016 to 2030 put in place by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources to facilitate the delivery of the ministry's mandate, including the Graduate Youth Employment Scheme, as inaugurated by the Minister of Water Resources, the Managing Director said the authority constructed livestock farms across 8 catchment areas and has equally engaged youth mostly within host communities.
Developed our own scheme using what we have been given in the economic recovery program. We analyzed it and found out that the best thing for us to do is to go back to exactly the scheme that we have created.
He further explains that some of the beneficiaries of the project are empowered through assistance with farm implements, acquisition of farmlands, as well as skill acquisition through training of manpower for self-reliance.
Getting the youths to come into that was difficult, but with the number of sensitizations that had gone on in this regard, we've been able to have so many of them engaged, and we are now apportioning land into them.
Some of the authorities' farm project locations include Ituk, Abak, Onion Nnungdem in Akwa Ibom State, while those in Cross River State are located in Ogoja, Obudu, Obubra, Wakande, and Ijeguyala, as well as the headquarter farms and more. Some of the farms visited by NTA News crew were the poultry, piggery, greenhouse farms, quiche houses, green pepper, tomatoes, vegetable farms, fisheries, as well as the water factory that was destroyed by NSAT protesters in October 2020, among others. The Managing Director of Cross River Basin Development Authority, Mr. Basi Nkosong, says despite numerous setbacks, the authority has been able to provide some social amenities to 8 host communities, including borehole water scheme, in the face of lean resources. In Calabar, Ode Alenyo, NTA News.
The Cross River State Police Command has declared one Master Kedi Wara Ibiang, whose photograph is on the screen. Master Kedi Ibiang hails from Ekori in the Yaka local government area of the state, but resides with his parents at Water Intake Road, Lemna, 8 miles Calabar. He is 20 years old, dark in complexion, speaks Ekoi and English languages fluently. A statement by the State Police Public Relations Officer Irene Obo says, Kedi is a 200-level student of the Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Sociology, Faculty of Agricultural Science, University of Calabar. He left the house on the 11th of August 2021 to school for examinations, but did not get to the school or return home. All effort to trace his whereabouts proved abortive. The command hereby appeals to the general public with useful information to call GSM number 0813-3623-494 or 0806-8559-326. Let's join Tamara Ibiwe on Sports Updates.
British-born Nigeria professional rugby player Maro Ithoye says he is set to tell the untold story of the African child in the true perspective, using the game of rugby as a springboard. The 4-time English Premiership title winner told the chairperson of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, that he is delighted to associate with Nigerians through the commission.
When you have the younger generation say we must tell our stories ourselves, we need to encourage them.
Trying to encourage sports collectively, but also encourage rugby at the lower end school level.
To continental matters now, Africa's football governing body, CAF, has listed Nigeria's quartet of Akwa United, Rivers United, Enyimba and Bayelsa United among 105 clubs confirmed to participate in the 2021-2022 CAF club competitions. Nigeria Professional Football League winners Akwa United and Rivers United will participate in the Champions League, while Eyimba and Bayelsa United will be involved in the Confederation Cup. The clubs have until August 15 to register their players on CAF Content Management System. And finally, the much-awaited 2021-2022 English Premier League season comes alive Friday at 8 p.m. between Brentford and Arsenal at Brentford Community Stadium. This will be the first league meeting between the two sides since May 1947, a match the Gunners won 1-0 at Griffin Park. Arsenal have won just one of their 6 visits to Brentford in all competitions. Brentford against Arsenal is only the 3rd ever game in Premier League history to be played on Friday. With sports updates, Tamara Ebiwe, NTA News.
To end the news, a recap of the major stories. The Director General of Nigerian Center for Disease Control, Chikwe Igwazu, has warned that the outbreak of cholera is killing more Nigerians than COVID-19 and called for adherence to health regulations. Residents of Ikod Okona Chibon community are seeking government intervention for the provision of social amenities, decried poor access road and electricity in the area. It was also in the news that the Federal Road Safety Corps is engaging stakeholders in road safety management to comply with traffic rules to guide against road crashes during the rainy season. That is the package for this evening. Thanks for watching. Good night.